We all thought it was the season to be jolly, but it turns out it's the season for bodybuilding. That is right, the Olympia is here. And we've just had the 2022 Mr Olympia press conference. Extremely exciting, and here is my predictions on how this event is going to go. There are a lot of names out there, some we've never heard before and some that we have, but in general the competition this year feels a lot more open than it has done in the past. The Mr Olympia press conference was interesting, but we didn't find out very much in terms of what's actually going to go down this weekend. What I can say with certainty though is it's going to be a close competition. We've got our three big main front runners, Big Ramy, Brandon Curry and Heidi Chupan. And those three, as much as I'd like to see a massive upset, they will be 1, 2 and 3. But in what order, we don't know. What I'm going to do is my top 5 and who I think are going to make the top 5 this year. So seeing the Mr Olympia press conference, it was a little bit unusual this year. They had them all standing up on stage. I feel like it's a much more relaxed atmosphere when everyone's on stage at once, sitting down, and then you can really kind of build on the conversation. It was a bit choppy as they were bringing out groups of people, lots of different categories, and it just got a little bit confusing in terms of what was going on in the press conference. So as far as I'm concerned, I wasn't too keen on this year's press conference for the Olympia. What we did have though is Krizo, or Mikhail Kryzhanek, take off his top. Doesn't speak much English, so just went straight in for the pose down. We have had some incredible pose downs in previous years with the likes of Cedric McMillan and when Kevin Levrone made his comeback, getting down and dirty, and obviously infamous Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler. He looks big, but I don't think he's quite going to make my top 5. The only reason being the conditioning. I don't know if it's going to quite be there. He's a massive competitor, and I really like the way his physique flows. Number 5, I'm going to give to Hunter Labrada. Hunter has been to the Olympia. He's a seasoned professional when it comes to the stage. He has a very nice aesthetic looking physique despite being an open bodybuilder, and has an incredible amount of muscle mass and crucially great conditioning. This year will be no different. I believe he will get that 5th spot, so he is a solid pick for number 5. Number 4, this was an interesting one because I was thinking either Derek Lunsford, who is an incredible physique, but I think a little bit too small in terms of the actual muscle mass on him to make that top 5, or William Bonac, who's been a high-level Olympia competitor for many years. But what I'm actually going to do is something completely different and put Andrew Jacks at number 4. And this is very controversial because he's never competed at the Olympia. But his run-ups have just been impeccable. He's clearly outsizing the vast majority of people on stage. And his conditioning does seem to be on point when he competes. He has a different physique from the other guys up there, so that may play a factor in whether he actually places this high or not. But I do actually believe he'll break the top 5. I've put him at number 4 just because I'm not confident he'll go top 3. It could be either way with him and Hunter, but I've just given him the edge just because of how big he looked in the press conference. Even though he's wearing multiple layers, he just seems to outsize everyone. And if he doesn't get number 4, then I'm pretty sure he's going to get the People's Champ Award this year. Number 3, I'm going to put Heidi in number 3. He is always extremely well conditioned. An athlete that's come up from the 212, just looks impeccable. Really nice insertions, really good conditioning. But I can't see him beating the gentleman I have in number 2, which is Brandon Curry. And it's really tight actually between Big Ramy and Brandon Curry, both having won the Mr Olympia before. But I think Ramy is just in such good form at the moment. Even if he's not as big as he was in previous years or last year, I think he's just got the conditioning down to a T. To get that Olympia title, you have to beat the previous year's champ, not just draw level with him. And I don't think Brandon quite has enough to beat him. I could be wrong. I'll hold my hands up if I am. I love Brandon's physique. I think he looks incredible. He has great symmetry, great lines. What can let him down is the legs, which Big Ramy has incredible legs, some of the biggest legs we've ever seen on stage. So that's why I'm giving Big Ramy the edge, and he will be your 2022 Mr Olympia champ in my prediction. So hopefully you've enjoyed. If any of those you'd like to query, or if you have your own predictions, then please do leave a comment and let me know what you think is going to happen, because either way it's going to be an incredible competition, and I will see you in the next video. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed, and I will see you later.